Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you will be enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class, that is in English for grade 5. And as you know that we are learning unit number 10 and its title is No Bullying. Yes, my dear fellow teacher, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation and worksheet links are given below. You may click it, download it, or you can amend it for your ease. I am going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Our today's lecture, lecture number 2, under the title of Grammar, we will learn about the forms of be and do. As you know that, my dear teachers and my dear students, before in English for grade 3, already you have learned about the forms of be and do. I hope you remember it. If you may not, so you can watch this video lecture again. And today we are going to learn further about it. Recognize and use be and do to make interrogative sentences. So today we are going to learn about the interrogative form of be and do. So my dear students and my dear teachers, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in Al-Quran, Surah Al-Qasas, verse number 77, and do not desire corruption in the land. Indeed, Allah does not like corruptors. Subhanallah, my dear students, this beautiful verse is telling us that, giving us message that we have to be truthful in every field of life. If we will be dishonest in any case, so in other words, Allah does not like corruptors, dishonest people. This beautiful verse is clarifying everything clearly. Allah do not desire corruptions in the land. It's a warning for us, my dear students, because Allah Almighty doesn't like corruptors. Who are corruptors? Who are dishonest. Okay. So this is also a type of corruption, when you are dishonest, when you are not saying truth, when you are not telling truth. So this is also corruptions. Okay. So let's pray that Allah Almighty save us from such evils. Ameen. So my dear students, I have highlighted two words there, do and does. So let's see that we are going to learn about these words. Here are pre-reading question for you. There is a brainstorming activity. Let's refresh our previous knowledge. What do you know about the forms of be and do? Discuss it with your teacher. So already we have learned a lot about it, my dear students. So that knowledge you have already about be and do. So pause the video and discuss with your teacher. Welcome back. I hope you have discussed and you have recalled that what we had learned already. So today we are going to get more about it. So let's see. So my dear students, be forms is, am, are and was, were. As you know that is, am, are we are getting in present tense when we are talking about the time, present time. Okay. So then we use the forms of be, is, am, are, and was, were is being used in the past time, the time we have spent already. So we use this form was and were. Okay. And do forms, do and does, it is being used for present time when we talk about the time, about our habitual actions, okay, our universal truths. So then we use the form of do in present time and did in past time. Okay, these are three forms are the form of do, and be forms is, am, are and was, were. So let's see how we can use them. The forms of be and do are used in the different ways to make questions. We put be and do in the beginning of the sentence and the rest of the sentence will remain same. So my dear students, when we are using these forms as a helping or a main verb, so there are different ways. So let's see that how we can change them into questions when we want to make questions. So how we can use them. Here is a sentence, I was smart. So you can say that I was smart is the, that was is the form of a be and in past tense. Okay. This is being used as a main verb. So if we should convert, we have to convert it into question form. So what we will do? See there. Was I smart? So have you judged that, my dear students? We have kept the was at the start of the sentence, at the beginning of the sentence, and the rest of the sentence was same, and also we have used their question mark. Have you got that? In this way we can change sentences into interrogative form. Next example, it does work nicely. Does it work nicely? So have you got that, my dear students? In this way, we can replace the helpy main verb and we can get that main verb at the start of the sentence. Is it clear? Next, was and were. The verbs was and were are also forms of the be. Was is the simple past form of am, is and be. We use was with the pronouns he, I, he, she and it and with singular nouns. So my dear students, was and were. Already I have told you that these was and were are also the forms of be, but where we have to use them? We use these forms in past tense, okay, because these are the past form of be. So was we have to use with singular noun or pronoun. How? You see there, Edison was a famous inventor. So have you judged that? Edison is a singular person, so that's why we have used was there. Is it clear? One person, one thing. Then we have to use was, but which tense? Past tense. Next is, Sumera was in the library this morning. It was very hot on Monday. Noreen was second in the race. So have you got, my dear students? So how we have used just was there. Have you judged? Why? Because the reason behind is that singular noun and singular pronouns are there. Is it clear? Good. Next, were. Were is the simple past form of are. We use were with the pronouns you, we, they and with plural nouns. So my dear students, same like that, were is also being used for past tense because it's the past form of are, because also it is being used for plural noun or pronoun. Plural mean when there are more than one person or one thing, then we have to use were. See in examples, they were third in the race. There were no clouds in the sky. Now you have judged that this is they. Okay, this is a plural pronoun. That's why we have used were, and there were no clouds. Clouds, plural noun. That's why we have used there were. Were you still in bed when I came? Were you? You is a plural noun here, pronoun, so that's why we have used were. So are you getting difference by the use of was and were? Good. Next, we were in the same school team. Those were my best jeans. Children were shouting. So have you got that, my dear students? We is a plural pronoun. Those were my best jeans. Have seen that? There is S and there is those. Pointing word is also plural. Children, plural noun. That's why we have used there were, and it is being shown that, so this is the past tense verb. Okay. See there. So when we are going to change into interrogative, how we can change? Already I have discussed. You can see there I am going to change. They were third in the race. Suppose this is a simple sentence by the use of was and were. So now I am going to change it into interrogative. Were they third in the race? So now have you judged that? Few changes. What I changed? Yes, I got that were main verb at the start of the sentence, beginning of the sentence, and the rest of the sentence is same. And I have put question mark at the end of the sentence. Have you judged that? In this way we can make interrogative sentence by the use of be and do. Next is, she was in the kitchen. Was she in the kitchen? So have you judged that, my dear students? How we have changed into interrogative form? Yes, just few changes are there. Just we have to keep was or were at the beginning of the sentence, and at the end we will keep question mark because it is a question sentence. So have you got, my dear students? They were here yesterday. Were they here yesterday? I was smart. So now tell me how we will change it. Yes, you're right. Was I smart? Good job. Okay. So this is the way how we can get the forms of be and do in our daily routine sentences and how we can change them. So now we are moving toward an activity. So be active and be ready, my dear students. Yes, my dear teacher, what you have to do? You have to say to students to work in pairs. Students will ask questions by using be and do forms to interview their partner. Their partner has to answer all the questions carefully. Engage whole class in this activity, correct the students where they need. So my dear teacher and my dear students, what you have to do? So my dear teacher, get your students into pairs and say them to interview their partner. After getting interview, be careful that they have to use the forms of be and do in their conversation. So pause the video and perform this activity in your class and enjoy. Welcome back. Good job, my dear students. I hope you have used the forms of be and do nicely in your speech. Good job. So now there is question on page number 84. Question number 7 is there. Use forms of verbs as helping and main verbs in your sentences. So this is a question and this is the work that you have to do individually in your class as a classwork. So my dear teacher, pause the video and get this question from students in their classroom. Welcome back. Good job, my dear students. I hope you have done it in a nice way in your notebooks. Good job. So what's your homework for today? Write 10 sentences using be and do in interrogative sentences in your notebooks. So my dear students, you have to write 10 sentences in your notebooks. My dear teacher, this is worksheet. This worksheet link is given below. You should get it and provide it to your students in printed form. So what we have covered today? Today we learned about the forms of be and do. We learned how we can make a question and respond them using different forms of be and do in past tense, and in this way we have covered up our this SLO. So my dear students, I hope now today you have got about the use of the forms of be and do. So you have enjoyed and you have got knowledge, my dear students. So tomorrow with a new lecture we will meet soon, inshallah. Till that time, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.